Hey, my name's Christos'S. I'm a native gardener for the past 3 years and also a restoration ecology volunteer. Come, let's see how we can meld beauty and biodiversity. So here we see food in action. This bee is just having a grand old time on this tall thistle here. And thistles are beautiful plants. They're a bit sticky, but they're a bit spiny, but this bee loves it and I love it because the bee loves it. Different insects actually like different types of plants. So bees, for example, bumblebees will visit certain kinds of plants and butterflies will visit different kinds of plants. There are many wonderful books, Pollinators of Native Plants by Heather Holm, and another one is the Xerxes Society has a wonderful page on many types of insects. So most people probably wouldn't find this plant pretty, but I really do. This is an important part of nature, just plants getting diseases, plants getting eaten by insects. This is part of life and part of the story of evolution. And I haven't pulled this plant because I like looking at it even though it's kind of funky. This here is one of my favorite plants. It's a wonderful woodland sedge called Pennsylvania sedge. And it forms low-growing mats, kind of like a lawn. But I never need to water it, I never need to do anything for it, and it's great habitat for all kinds of insects. Here's another of my favorite plants. It's a bur oak. Would have been one of the main trees of Illinois historically. In woodland and savanna would have been a main component. And what is so special about them is that they support more insects than any other native tree. Oaks in general support more insects than any other native tree. If you want to read more about oaks, I would recommend you read Miracle Under the Oaks. That's about restoring savanna in Cook County, actually, and also The Nature of Oaks by Doug Tallamy. So this plant here is called smooth phlox. What I do is, the plant just does its thing for most of the summer, and then when it's ready, like it is right now, I will just pull the ripe pod and collect the seed. So why are we doing this? This is one of the most important things that we do. When we say restoring, we're trying to support an ecosystem that's been nearly lost, including its rare genes. And this is a very rare plant that will only grow outside of gardens in really high quality environments. And what we're doing, growing it in a garden, we can get way more seed than we could out in the wild. And when we take it from the garden ethically and we plant it out, we're basically increasing the number of plants that are available. We're building the ecosystem back one piece at a time. Who knows how many other organisms, insects and bacteria and stuff interact with each species of plant. So when we bring more of that plant, we're making more habitat for all these other rare species, plants, animals, fungi, etc. And what I've got here is trying to mimic very poorly an original prairie, but I've also worked in real prairies and highly, very good restoration prairies. And a lot of what I've done there has informed me for what I've been doing here in terms of my plant choices, what I understand is important for the ecosystem and stuff. And so I would highly recommend, if you want to get involved outside of your yard, which is super important, a few organizations that I would recommend someone who wanted to get into this to look into are the Friends of Illinois Nature Preserves, which is a group focused on the best natural areas in the state, as well as the North Branch Restoration Project, Somme Community, and the Shaw Prairie Stewards. So being a gardener can be overwhelming sometimes. What I found is that research is really important in making that less so. I hope this video has given you some resources that you can use to accomplish that. But the real thing is just jump in the deep end, and getting involved out in the ecosystem is the best way to learn of all.